Hi everyone, New England Gardening. Welcome to my channel. Just found this on the ground in lean-to. This is an Ischia Black. I was looking to pick it and it fell off overnight, so it's pretty ripe. Really closed eyes. Still not many, one here and there. I see one right now, flies. But I think that's because of the split Black Madeiras. Got a new theory on that. I think the Black Madeira is split because when it gets cool out, the skin is less pliable. That's my theory. So they just really tear instead of maybe stretching. Let's take a look at one, show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, so this here, for instance, is what happens as soon as you get the cooler weather, even if you reduce watering. But what I was going to focus on, but I think that's going to change, is this Maltese Falcon, which I brought in because I think it's a chipmunk's been getting a lot of my figs. And I think I've got some ripe ones here. Well, pretty close to it, pretty soft, not drooping though. So this here, let's see, I got a couple. Maybe pick this one. Oh yeah, that just fell right off. There's no latex. I've got another one here, and I think it's Sultani with an I. And they were really red, it seems like yesterday. And then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, okay. I think I've confused the name because my recollection is I had purchased a Lebanese red, and I think the price went kind of high, and I think it might have been just for a gift. There was a Sultani in it. That's my recollection. And I put a tag on the Lebanese red, and then noticed that I couldn't find much information on Sultani. And there is a Sultan with an E at the end. So I'm pretty sure this was called Sultani. So it's S-U-L-T-A-N-I. And the Sultan's supposed to be a dark fig. And sure enough, this one has, I thought this was the Maltese Falcon because I got it right next to it. And the branches are intertwined. But here's a dark fig. And this one's really shriveled up and ripe. So kind of open eye though. So it's sort of got some of the red left, but it's really darkening up. So I'm still going to call this Sultani. You'd notice here, pretty, well, that just fell right off. Still green. That's a UC Davis Black Madeira. Got another one starting to change right there. Turn color. Now here's a Maltese Falcon with some cracking going on. I think I'm going to pick this one. Oh yeah, just tore. Oh, no, there's some latex there. Got to be careful with that. See there? Don't want that in my mouth. And I've got one outside. I got a net over it, but sadly it was only the one. It's a Zingarella. Now, I think it was the second year of that Zingarella. I just had, I'm thinking over a dozen or close to 2 dozen figs off of that with Breva and main crop. And I had it in the shed, and a lot of the trees, I didn't lose any. And recall, at -9 degrees Fahrenheit one day. I had the one electric heater on in there, so I'm sure that wasn't enough to heat that shed. Definitely wasn't equal heating throughout that shed, so whatever was closer to the heater got a little bit more heat, but I'm sure it just went right to the roof and really didn't do much. But yeah, they took the cold, but it just really put a dent in the production of figs. So I don't know if they took root damage. or just too much stress on the trees overall, and it reduced the fig production, set them back. They actually took a while to start leafing out. That's why I was thinking root damage. But let's go get that Zingarella. So I've got the net over it. Get in here, it's right here. It's a lot smaller than they were last year too. Zingarella. Got some white ticks too in this one. I brought this tree into, this is Nore de Carom, and they're really kind of puny. It's really not ripening fully with this cooler weather, or ripening to the best of their ability. So this one here I think has a couple of teeth marks in it too. And here's one that's kind of swelling up larger than the one I just picked, but yeah, the ones that were in the shed really, well, there's something right there that covered with mold. Didn't notice that. So that got knocked off at some point. Okay, so let's take a look at these. I'll start off with the Maltese Falcon. Get the end off here. It's okay. It's sort of getting hard to, or sort of becoming alike, I think, is my first impression. This has a little bit of that raw fig or unripened fig flavor, but it has, has some sweetness to it. It's just not up to its potential, pretty much equivalent to the Hardy Chicago. Here, Lebanese Red. Nope, see, I did it again. Sultani. I'm sticking with Sultani. Now it's starting to look at it, it's more reddish color. But we'll see. And this one here looks a lot more appetizing, more of that fig jammy look to it. I don't know. Maybe this is the Lebanese Red and I put the label on the wrong one. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's got more of that jammy texture, not really sweet. Sort of acidic. Let's see, what is the other one? Is it this one here? I think this is the Zingarella. Take that top off. See, they're starting to look the same inside. Nope, they're all, except for that one Sultani, they're all tasting the same. I'm sure it'll be different. Well, there's Nore de Carom, No, I'm messing that up. I think I had one good attempt at pronouncing that once. It's the inside of that. Make sure I don't see anything moving. A little small. Really, they're just, that one's devoid of really flavor. Here's the UC Davis Black Madeira. A little bit of fig honey there. Get this open. Sort of green tinge to it. A bit darker on the inside. I think I'm getting that sweet smell there associated with sort of spoiling. I don't see anything moving. Like to eat these and then while editing see something moving after the fact. That's really jammy. The sweetness is in the skin. I think it was almost on the verge of spoiling. It's just this cool weather. The skin was the best part on that one, nice and chewy and sweet and figgy flavor. Here's an Ischia Black. With all its seeds. Yeah, the weather for these to achieve their best quality is over. So I sort of put this a little bit behind the Black Madeira I just have, this Ischia Black here. And the rest, indiscernible, all sort of tasting the same. So this is New England Gardening. Kind of a disappointing plate of figs. Thanks for watching.